Thanks for clicking on this video. What we're going to talk about in this video is ways people will get you to click on a link and try and log in to a website that isn't the actual website, but it looks like it's a website that you normally log into. So usually these links might be click here to log into your PayPal account to see somebody who had spent £100 on XYZ product. It could be click this link to log into your Yahoo account because of suspicious login from another country. It could be click on this link to confirm whether you had purchased 3 items on eBay or 5 items from Amazon, for example. Or with Amazon also you get click this link because we've blocked your recent purchase from being delivered. And you'll be thinking, I really need that item, I better click on this link. But regardless of which of these we're talking about, because a lot of our videos are related to Office 365, I'm going to give you the same scenario but link it to Office 365. So from time to time you'll get one of these variations, but let's utilize this example because you'll see in part 2 what to look out for when you click on these links. Now sometimes these links are genuine links and sometimes they're not. So check out part 2, check out the screenshots and check out these basic tips to help you stay safe. Now we don't want to go too technical with these. I want to keep this video as simple as possible, and these tips will be best to look from using a computer, whether it's a Chromebook, a Mac or a Windows computer. It's a bit harder to do these checks on a tablet or a mobile device. So follow these steps with a website that you go to normally and see a fake website comparison with a real website comparison. And if you get any questions, drop them below. If there's a tip we've missed, drop it below, and we will highlight the ones that we find most useful so that we can 1 promote those tips, and 2, if needed, we can create a video part 2 on this. Thanks for watching and see you in part 2. Welcome to part 2 of this video. In this example we're going to give you in this example we're going to talk about ways to detect a suspicious website. Now this could happen with any website, PayPal, Amazon, eBay, Yahoo, LinkedIn, it could be anything. But for the relevance of our topic on Office 365, we're going to just show you an email login page that is from Microsoft and one that isn't from Microsoft, and what you need to look out for regarding these websites. So usually you'll get a link to say click here to log in, to view a document, to access our quote, our invoice. It could be to view the pictures from a recent holiday. It could be anything, whether they're on a Dropbox account or whatever. So the link unknown to you might be email dot random letters and then dot somebody else's website.com. Now if you ever go to Office 365, which this link is, you normally type in portal.office.com and it takes you to this page.
as we've got in this tab here. Now, if you get a suspicious link, as Firefox in this example is reporting, it's showing this website yesterday was accessible, but today it's not. But we're going to pretend we want to keep going towards the website. So what I might have to do, annoyingly, is open this in a second web browser. So let's open Internet Explorer on this computer, just so we've got an idea of what it looks like. So here is the good old Internet Explorer version 11, and I'm going to do this because I don't want cookies being saved from that website. I'm going to delete my internet history afterwards, so that we don't see any further history from these people. But this was a website that one of my customers was sent a link to, and they had called me within 10 minutes of getting this link, saying why they can't log in, because it normally logs in automatically. So if you can see here, this is, to me, a fake login page. If I was to click this link, can't access my account, doesn't work. That's number one. Number two, some browsers like Firefox show that it's not safe, whereas the genuine website is safe. If I go back to Internet Explorer, and this is always a good test because this is an old browser which is coming out of support as well, I can do these checks. If you look up here, the word Outlook at the top. Now, if I was to go to outlook.com normally, so live.com, this is what the login page looks like. And if I click sign in, you also see this page here doesn't say Outlook, it says Microsoft. And nowhere on the website does it say can't access your account. If I then put at outlook.com, forgot my password, down here takes me to account.live.com resetpassword.aspx. Whereas on the false website, this does nothing. Now if I type in something random, please enter your password. Okay. The genuine website says enter password. It doesn't ask you to type in your password. Again, it just says enter your password. So the difference between the two websites, this one at the top, so this is personal at live.com. This is a random website that I would strongly recommend not to access, and highlight to you that this is a bad website because all they're going to do is log your password and use that to get into your email account and send your contacts documents or whatever saying please pay me at this address, or redirect a bill to this new bank account. These are the things to look out for. But if we go back to this fake website, forgot my password, doesn't work. The genuine Microsoft one, forgot my password, we need to verify your account. I typed in random letters and somebody has got that email address. So we might have to do some highlighting afterwards, so we protect that person's identity. Secondly, websites, regardless of if you're using the old Internet Explorer 11 or Firefox or Chrome, Opera, Edge, Safari, you normally see this padlock. Now if I click View Certificate, you will see there's a certificate window. DigiCert, and it's issued to graph.windows.net. If I go to the fake website, View Certificate, cPanel. Now, web developers will know cPanel is a short name for Control Panel, and Control Panel is a web hosting platform on a Linux server. It could be a Unix server, but majority of the time it's Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, etc., is on a Linux platform. Ubuntu, there's more, but cPanel, if it's got cPanel and it's only got a 3-month certificate, it is not from a genuine website. So this was the what's called the certificate authority for something to be wary about. Next, if I go back to the other one, so this is a genuine Microsoft website now. Sorry, view certificate. This certificate is valid for 1 year. It's from graph.windows.net. And if you find out more, this DigiCert is a known website certificate provider providing certificates for websites. So, and the whole purpose of certificates is to have a secure secure conversation between your computer and the website's server. So your internet provider can't see what you're typing in as a password in the middle, which is known as a man-in-the-middle attack. As you can see, DigiCert, trustworthy. And if I go back to here, you can see here DigiCert, and a bit of more information about them. Now if you ever want to do some investigative work, as I did on that previous window, you can see this information here. So these are the kind of things we look out for regarding fake websites. Then the next thing is, if you're still not sure and the website looks quite innocent, so let's just refresh. So this was the dodgy website. If the page looks innocent, what I would also advise, apart from clicking these links to see if they work or not, is, that's interesting, bugs with the website. So that's another obvious check to do. But what I wouldn't advise you to do is start being a web developer. If you start being a web developer and looking at the source code of the website, you'll get confused. there's a lot of, this is what's called CSS, so I wouldn't even bother looking into this. A web developer, professional web developer who understands code, and an IT provider, they are a good source of information to say, does this look fake? Does it look genuine? They will look at the email, they will look at the website. And what we do find from time to time is if the email has come from somebody you know, there's a great chance that their account has been compromised. And if you reply to the person, it's going to likely be the attacker saying, yes, I did send you this quote or this password, etc., etc. You can click the link and check it out. They will be hoping that you type in your username, which is normally your email address, and your password to access the information. When you do that, it's going to say, sorry, your password's incorrect. And lo and behold, they've just now stored that information on a database on their server. And what's going to happen is over the next few days, they're going to pass that list to somebody else. That other person is going to try and then get into your accounts and see where you're using that email address and password, and then try and buy stuff as you resell your login details to somebody else, etc., etc. So, we really strongly recommend, if you have done this, and by the way, on the dodgy website, look at the grammar error. Can't even spell the word please. So well done. If you have done this, the quicker you change your password, the better. And if you're using the same password on multiple websites, this is not a I told you so moment, but it means that you now need to work through a list of websites where you have used that password and get them changed, like now, not tomorrow, not at the end of the day when you're tired. Now, pause everything. You've literally got 30 to 60 minutes. Just get through and update your passwords. One way that could help going forward is using like a password database, which we can give you some examples. I also believe we've got a video on password managers, but if I'm wrong, I'm happy to create one. Just let me know in the comments below. Next is, so the person that sent you, going back to the person that sent you the email, if you know them, call them, tell them you've received this email from them, get them to get their password changed as well, because that's the most of, they probably won't know that has happened, and you will do them a big favor by getting their accounts updated. Because if somebody gets into your email account, think how many systems they can reset passwords for. PayPal, eBay, Amazon, etc., etc. As much as your passwords are strong, if you can click reset my password or forgot my password, and it goes to, you get a link to your email, that is unfortunately the one system where the password seriously must be secure, different, and you do not want somebody to have access to your email account, full stop. And to finish off with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to a website. It's an organization called Witch. Now, I don't really talk about them much, but when I was creating this video and looking at areas which I could cover to help people, they created a really good page to, one, help victims of scams, because it can happen to anyone, even IT engineers. It can happen to anyone. As well as tips for staying safe, both offline and online. So these scams can also happen, whether you call them phishing attacks on computers, but similar attacks happen when somebody calls you randomly. Press 1 to speak to an operator, and they will try and get you to sit at your computer to then get you remotely connected, etc., etc. So it's not ideal. But before I finish this section, I just want to go back to Firefox, and if you're using a modern web browser, see how there's no padlock here, but here there is. So just be wary that you will get security certificates on modern browsers, and it's normally in the top left corner. I think all the providers are now trying to push for a standard, even though they're competition with each other, trying to push for a standard. Let's make the padlocks in the same place, have the same kind of color scheme, etc. Whereas this one here, you click on it, connection not secure. So just one to be wary about. Now I know I have gone slightly across topic in this second part of the video, but there was a lot to cover, and where a website wasn't working yesterday, I was actually pleased that it was blocked today. It was accessible yesterday, so I'm very pleased that this is is being picked up quite quickly. Is using on this occasion Firefox is linking in with Google, but not every web browser links in with Google to do these kind of checks. So you don't always get this information that this site is dangerous to visit. I would probably recommend that if somebody from Google or Firefox is watching, try and just change the language. Just say dangerous website detected, please don't visit, or please go back. Just keep it very simple. I don't want to bore you with what hyperlinks are, what URLs are, but this section here, the address bar, this is very important. The padlock is very important, and some way of monitoring certificates, like you can see here, is important. And if you ever need to, in Firefox for example, view certificate opens it in a new tab. So as you can see here, these are all Microsoft websites. And if you've got any doubt about this, like I say, a quick call, as you can see Microsoft's web address location as well. A quick call to your IT provider, a quick call to a web developer. They are two great people to speak to who really will know what to look out for on these kind of topics. And if you do those kind of checks and not give somebody your password and username, you could save yourself a lot of headache. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I really want to thank you for staying to this part of the video. I know I've gone on for a while, but it's really important that we stay safe, especially that we might be remote working, so you might not have access to your expertise in-house, a minute or walk away from where you are. They might be on a phone call while you get these links, etc. So yeah, don't ever worry about rushing to click on these links. Ask, and that can put you in a much safer scenario, because the last thing you want to do is work out 50 websites that you've used the same password on. I would hate for it to happen to anyone. We've seen victims of these kind of phishing attacks. So the more we can help reduce this, the better. so that these attackers will have to look at other ways to extort money out of people. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found that useful, please click the like button below. If you found it unhelpful, click the dislike button below so we can get some feedback. And if you've got any future videos that you would like creating, please drop us a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.